So good morning, my dear watercolor friends. I just want to say hello from Germany, from my balcony, where I started with urban and gardening last year during the lockdown. So this year I'm pretty much into tomato plants. Unfortunately, the weather hasn't been too nice for tomatoes during the last week, so it has been raining most of the time, and this was probably a little bit too wet for my tomatoes. Water is good for watercolors, but too much water isn't too good for tomatoes. But now the sun is coming out, and I hope that they will recover a little bit. I hope so. But this video is about watercolor painting, and I'd like to introduce you to my way of painting, which is pretty messy and loose. I hope you like it. Maybe if you like, just follow me inside my studio, okay? Okay, this is a place where I paint all my watercolors and take my videos for YouTube and Facebook. And I start every day, at least I try to. I start every day with a loose painting, I call it floral expression, on a pretty cheap thin paper. This is Fabriano paper, 90 gram, 50 centimeters and 70 centimeters. So these are the paints I use. They are from Lukas, Watercolor 1862, originally a German brand, but nowadays it's sold by Daleroni from England. Okay, so I need my glasses. I think I don't need the hat for painting, so I can take it off. I start with a huge flat brush today. So, and today I'd like to start with some purple color, just seeing what happens. Okay, this looks nice already, and it's so much fun. I just try to paint some things that look like flowers, that are inspired by nature, but that just come from the painting process. And you see how easy it is to fill your paper with big, colorful shapes. Yeah, this looks nice. Alright. So I just like to see what happens when the paint is melting together on my paper sheet. Maybe just another something like that. So this is mainly for warm up and losing the fear of the white sheet of paper, which I think is pretty important to paint a good loose watercolor. At least I love this way of painting. Maybe you prefer something more accurate. That's okay, of course. There are so many different ways to paint with watercolors. And of course, any of these has the right We should always paint what and how we like it. This is the most important thing to me, because painting shouldn't, just my opinion, it shouldn't be too serious. It should be a lot of fun too. So this is what is important to me. So I just set the foundation with this huge flat brush, but now I guess it's time to bring in some variation, and I rather like to use this Chinese brush, which is a pretty cheap one. I bought it in a food store in Amsterdam for, I guess, €1. And this was one of my first brushes. I bought it maybe 5 or 6 years ago, and I still use it with a lot of pleasure, because it gives you a lot of opportunities. So you can paint and draw with it in a pretty expressive way, which I really like. Of course, this is not for a museum, because although it's possible to get the paper plain again after drying. So this is just for fun and playing around with the paints. And I realized that this is pretty good to get loose before I start something more serious. Okay, some splats to look nice here too. I hope you just can see what happens on the paper, because we can shake it a little bit. So, okay, you see there's a lot of water and paint just sitting on the paper. I think we can work with it. I also use my fingers or my fingernails to scratch in some, I wouldn't say details, but maybe something that gives it more variety and life. And it's fun. So this is another Chinese brush I bought in this food store for €1. This is a pretty small tip, but even this one, it allows you to paint and draw in a pretty expressive way, because the hair is soft. And so you get a lot of variety. You can also use the flat side of it, maybe for suggesting some palm leaves like here, or and it's really good to make these small splats. So you see, I'm moving around. Usually I have my own music running while I paint, and it's even a little bit of dancing around. And I always try to let my brushes dance too, which is making it almost like my personal sport, because yeah, moving all the time, it's good for your health, even for your mental health. Yeah, I think it's going pretty good. Now I take off some of the paint. This gives more texture. You can also let it sit and just see what happens after drying. But okay, I want to be a little bit faster today. Because this is just a quick demo of my warm-up, and I'd like to paint something else for you too. So maybe I have to present this video in a time lapse. Thank you for watching, everybody. I hope you had some fun watching me paint, and I hope to see you soon. Stay healthy, take care, bye bye, and greetings from Germany.